Hello and welcome to Midget Cast. I'm Paramveer and today we're going to learn about slow fees. But first, Midget Tech. I've been thinking about Midget Tech. By the way, anyone that doesn't know what Midget Tech is, it is my other YouTube channel, it's my tech channel. I used to do videos every Tuesday on it, always regarding tech issues and different things like that. And recently I've moved just straight into making a podcast, and I haven't really been doing any tech videos for about a year now. If you add it up, I think it's about either a year or a year and a half or something. I haven't actually made any videos on the tech channel. This Apple event actually got me thinking about that. So what I'm going to talk about today, obviously based on the slow fees reference, is the Apple iPhone 11 event that happened on Tuesday. So I'm going to be talking about that, giving my views on it, and it got me thinking to the time when I did that with the iPhone 7 event on Midget Tech. And I remember it. I was sitting on my sitting in my bedroom with the background behind me, and I had the 7-minute video playing in the top corner, or I think it was actually a 2-minute video just telling you what happened in the event, just playing in the top corner, and then I spoke about what was revealed and gave my views on it. And that's what I'm going to do today about the iPhone 11. And it just hit me that I haven't made a Midget Tech video in ages, and I really want to. It's just an issue of finding the time to actually do it. I have lots of things that I want to make tech videos on. I want to make tech videos on my Walkman, which I spoke about on the podcast, Google Stadia, which I spoke about on the podcast, and there are just various other things that I do want to make YouTube videos about, and I do want to make tech videos about. It's just finding the time to do them. I've never done the podcast at the same time as the tech videos, so I don't know if that is a possibility. So what I mean is, in an ideal world, it would be podcast comes out on the Sunday, Midget Tech video comes out on the Tuesday, but it hit me that even the first episode of the podcast started after Midget Tech ended, and then Midget Tech hasn't actually started up since. It's just always been the podcast. So I'll have to see. Maybe I do 1 week podcast, 1 week Midget Tech. I don't know. Like I said, we'll have to see what happens with that. But I do have plans to return, which Matt, the one person who's listening to this podcast right now, you're happy to know that I will make a tech video. I will be back in there. And I will be making some stuff. So yeah, I do want to make tech videos about various things. I will make tech videos about various things. I don't know when, but I will let you know on the podcast. So yeah, if you do want to check out all my old videos, you can just search Midget Tech on YouTube. Yeah. Also, I'm going to confirm it now. The Halls Chapter 3 is definitely coming. Okay, I have not scripted it. I have not done anything with it. I haven't actually thought about it yet, but I know people are hyped for The Halls Chapter 3. The Halls Chapter 3 is going to arrive. It is going to be filmed. It will arrive, hopefully in a huge pile of glory. You'll see that, and we'll get finally an end to the Halls trilogy, or is it a quadrilogy? We don't know yet. It's probably a quadrilogy, but we'll see. The Halls Chapter 3, it will be coming. I don't know when. I don't know. It's probably not going to be this year. Might not be next year. But within the next 3 years, the Halls Chapter 3 will arrive. So you've got that to look forward to. But yeah, if any of you do have any suggestions for tech videos that you would like me to do, then please let me know. I want to go away from me sitting and talking in front of nothing, because that's obviously what the podcast is for, where it's just me talking and you can obviously listen to me. You don't need to watch the YouTube video. So if it's talking like this, I'm more than happy to do it on the podcast. But with regards to the tech video, I want to be more energetic. I want to actually show you some tech and get on with it really. But yeah. Anyway, let's get into what we all came for, the slow fees and the Apple event. Yeah. Now then, the Apple event happened on Tuesday, which was 2 days ago for me. The day you listen to this, no, but it was 2 days ago for me right now. And they revealed, obviously, a bunch of things. And obviously I'm going to get into what they revealed as well. I don't know why you're listening. Like, if you're listening to this, you probably already know what they revealed. But if you don't, we're going to go over that anyway. And I'll give you my views on it as well. A lot of the leaks were true. And a lot of them weren't, but we're going to go and say a lot of the leaks were true. And it was pretty much what I was expecting. It was underwhelming. Well, I was expecting it to be underwhelming, so it was what I was expecting, I got, but what I was expecting was low. It met my low expectations, basically. So, yeah. I just want to let you guys know that I didn't actually watch the event. I have watched the event in previous years, but this year I just could not be bothered. I knew that it would not be decent, and in my opinion, it wasn't. So, yeah, I did not watch it. What I'm going to talk about now is basically based on what is on the Apple website and in the Apple adverts that they've put up on YouTube as well, and all the other little tidbits I've got from around the internet, really. Yeah, so if there might be points that I miss, there might be things that I might say that are just completely wrong, but, you know, I didn't watch the event, so I don't know. But I think that this is actually probably a good thing, because if you're a tech head and you watch the event, then you know all the details about it and stuff. But the key thing is that a consumer is going to, listen to this or whatever and go, oh, now I want to get the iPhone. But they won't see all the things that are going on in the keynote. They're going to see the advert on TV, the information in the advert, and then just go and pick up the phone, really. They're not going to do a whole lot of background research into every little thing that's changed. And I think that that's, for me, at least this time, a decent attitude to go in with. Look, the average person is not going to know these extreme features that they've changed, and only the developers care about. We're going to care about what they tell us in the adverts. So basically what I'm telling you now is what you can get from the adverts. So if I have missed anything out because it's not in the adverts, personally I'd blame it on Apple, because if it was good enough for you to tell me, then they should have put it in the adverts. So yeah. And yeah, second disclaimer is that I am not an Apple fanboy. Nor do I claim to be an Apple fanboy. I'm not an Android fanboy. I am a OnePlus fanboy. I will admit that. I do love OnePlus. I love OnePlus products. I got OnePlus phone. I got OnePlus water bottle over there. Bag. I've got the OnePlus merch. Okay, and I will admit that I am a OnePlus fanboy. Am I gonna roast Apple today? I don't know. Possibly, but to be honest, other companies have been pissing me off recently as well, including OnePlus. So you could say I'm just hating on Apple, but I will talk a little bit later about some of the things the other companies have done as well. But again, this is an Apple-related video, hence why I'm trashing Apple and commenting on Apple. When Google do their launch event, that's coming soon, and OnePlus do their launch event, I will happily talk about them, and depending on what happens, possibly trash them as well. So don't think that I'm just gunning down Apple. If you're an Apple fanboy, that's great. I have not got a problem with you. You might completely disagree with me on the points that I make in this video, and that's fine. Just, I'm not trying to stop you from buying Apple products or anything like that, and I haven't got a problem with Apple. So just know that before you blame me for what I'm saying, just my opinion, really. But yeah. So let's get into this. So there are a couple. I'm going to talk about the I'm going to say there were 5 things basically revealed. 4 things that were revealed, 1 thing that was like, at the launch event. And yeah. So let's start off with the first advert that I saw, which was on the Apple website. And it was the Apple Watch. So Apple revealed a brand new Apple Watch, the Apple Watch Series 5. And this first one is where I am going to have a go at Apple, because I don't think that the Apple Watch Series 5 is necessary. Having seen the advert and the Apple website, the only thing that I can gain, or the only things that I can gain that have changed on the Apple Watch, is it now has an always-on Retina display, a decibel meter, interchangeable straps, so like between like all the Apple straps, and it's faster. Like those are the only things that I can gain from the adverts that I think are different from the Apple Watch Series 4. So I know that they're all going on about, we put a heart rate meter in, but they did that in the Apple Watch Series 4. They put the heart rate meter in the Apple Watch Series 4, but I don't know how many people bought that. I don't know how many people bought the Apple Watch Series 4. I don't think anybody did. I don't know anyone that bought the Apple Watch Series 4, but pretty much the only difference with that one was they added a heart rate monitor, and now they've got an always-on display, which, first of all, my Moto 360 version 2, which is sitting over there, also has an always-on display. It might not be Retina, but it has an always-on display, which is a software feature. So they could have implemented that. You didn't need, the whole bloody new release for an always-on display. What they have done is improve the battery life so that if you have your always-on display always on, it won't be worse than the Series 4. It'll be exactly the same as Series 4. That's decent. They've upped the battery life a little bit. The decibel meter. Who needs a decibel meter in their watch? I mean, by that logic, who needs like half the crap they shove into it? But yeah, okay, I'm genuinely like, who is like, we need a decibel meter in the watch. Let's not even put it in the phone. Let's put it in the watch for some really weird reason. Let's put it in the phone. If they put a decibel meter, the place I would expect to find a decibel meter is either in the phone or in the earphones, because then it could change depending on the outer noise. That would be pretty cool. But why are you putting it in a watch? Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. But anyway, yeah, decibel meter. The interchangeable straps between the series and the colors and stuff. I thought that was already possible. Apparently not. Hence why they're advertising the hell out of it. Some credit to Apple. If you go to their website and you have a look at the Apple Watch section on the website, all the Apple Watches are arranged in an isometric view. And they all cascade and move together in a nice sort of grid pattern that's in isometric. And that's beautiful. So with the website, I think they've done a really nice job, and I genuinely like what they've done on the website. It appeals to the designer in me. They've done a really good job with that, and hats off to them for the good website. But I don't think that you should get the Apple Watch Series 5 unless you don't have an Apple Watch or you're still on like Series 2. So if you have an Apple Watch Series 3 or above, I don't think you should get a Series 5. The 3 will be slower and it will have a worse battery life, but it's not worth paying all that money to move up to the Series 5. To put it into context, I went to the Apple website and I scrolled down to the bottom of the Apple Watch page and it said compare the Apple Watch with the other Apple Watches. I clicked that button. The comparison was automatically between the Apple Watch Series 5 and the Apple Watch Series 3. It was not between the Series 4. So I don't know what's happened with the Series 4, but clearly they're just imagining that it never happened. Again, I think it was a too small a change for them to have gone, right, let's give that another one. So they want you to forget that they changed it and then act like, the heart rate meter's new, basically. That's what I think's going on. So, yeah, I think if you have the 3, the 4... Well, first of all, if you definitely have the 4, you should not get the 5. Let's put it like that. 3, possibly, but I don't. Unless you need the speed, I don't really see the point. And before you go, Paramveer, you just hate the Apple Watch because you're an Android lover. No, that's not true. The Apple Watch is the best smartwatch, in my opinion, that you can actually get. I think Android Wear is cool. Obviously, I have it on my watch, but I think that the way the Apple Watch functions in relation to the iPhone is just perfect, really. They're made to go together. So I have not got a problem with the Apple Watch itself. If I had an iPhone and I wanted a new watch, I would definitely get the Apple Watch. because it's genuinely really good. And you'll probably hear that a couple of times throughout while I'm talking about here, is that the product is really good, and I really like the product. It's just what Apple's done for this event I don't like. So I like the Apple Watch, and ever since Series 2, I've liked the Apple Watch. Ever since it got like water resistance, and it genuinely like started working really well with, you know, your actual phone. Ever since then, I've really liked it. So before you go apparently just hating on the Apple Watch, I like the Apple Watch. I just hate how Apple has changed like 3 things, got rid of the Series 4, and now convincing us that it's worth to spend all the money on the new one. That's basically what I hate about it. But yeah. Next one, the iPad. So a new iPad got released, and I haven't actually seen the advert for the iPad. When I checked the adverts, it was about 30 minutes after the event ended, so there was only like 1 Apple Watch advert and 2 iPhone adverts. So I haven't seen the iPad advert or anything they're talking about in the iPhone advert. This is just purely from the website. Let me just get this straight. I love the iPad. Okay, I have no issues with an iPad. I do design, and I think that sketching on an iPad with the Apple Pencil is probably one of the best things to do, and I don't have one. I really do want one. I want an iPad Pro, and I want a an Apple Pencil to go with it. I think they're perfect. I don't have a problem with it. I genuinely want one. I don't have one, but I genuinely want one. So before you say you're just hating on the iPad, I'm not. I love the iPad. I think they're doing a great thing with the iPad, and I genuinely wish I could have an iPad. So yeah, I personally don't have any issues with that. So taking it just from the advertising, we can see that there is a larger display. It's now a 10.2-inch iPad. This is not the iPad Pro. This is an iPad. So this is just a regular iPad. What they managed to do is they managed to put a bigger screen in a similar sized footprint, because obviously it's now edge to edge, because we're in that zone now of edge to edge. So yeah, it's now got like a proper looking keyboard, which is good for the people that want to use it for, you know, as their computer. I'm pretty sure MKBHD will be happy because it's got a keyboard and he doesn't have to type on the screen, which he doesn't like doing because it rocks because it's got the camera bump. It has, and now this is actually what I'm really impressed with. It has Bluetooth controller support, and I find this awesome. So if you want to play your games, you can connect your PS4 controller, which is Bluetooth compatible, and play it with that straight to the iPad. That's awesome. I have not got a problem with that. I think that's actually really good. In my opinion, actually, they have updated the iPad Pro quite a lot. So updating the iPad now, I think it's been a couple of years, about 2 years since they did update the iPad. That makes sense. It having been 2 years since they updated the iPad makes sense, okay? It not having been 2 years since they updated the Apple Watch does not make any sense. So, yeah, iPad, no issues with that. My only issue is this single bit of information they gave in the advert I saw for it. Did I see the advert for it? I can't even remember what I saw for it anymore, right? But I know for a fact that this was said in the keynote. And I just want to address this because this is what's been angering me. So they stated in the keynote that the new iPad is like 2 times as faster. It's either 2 times faster or just faster in general than the top-selling PC on Amazon. And I hate that claim. And again, that's not because I hate the iPad, because I do love the iPad, okay? I am a PC user, but I do love the iPad. But I think it's the careful wording that they've gone with there. They haven't said the most powerful laptop or anything like that. They've said the best-selling PC. So, first of all, I'm pretty sure we can rule out desktops, because there's no way that it's going to beat the best-selling PC, like desktop PC, okay? So, let's go with laptops here. best selling PC does not mean the best PC. The best selling PC is going to be the one that is reasonably priced, that a lot of people are going to buy to do their internet web browsing, write their emails, and type their notes. Okay, it's not going to be a gaming laptop. It's not going to be something for editing video. It's not going to be something dirt cheap like a Chromebook or anything like that. It's going to be like a mid-range, relatively cheap laptop that the majority of people will buy, which does not make it a fair comparison, I don't think, because saying it's 2 times faster than a piece of crap does not make it as good a claim as you think it is. So I hate the way they've advertised this and said that it's just 2 times faster than the fastest selling one, because the fastest selling one, like I said, could be like a £200 piece of garbage. Okay, so let's have a look. I went and found a PC World article. Now, when I say PC World, it is the website PC World, not PC World as in Curry's PC World, because they're actual trash. But PC World, like magazine, said that they went online to Amazon a couple of minutes after the keynote, and after Tim Cook had ended his marketing speech and said, that it's 2 times faster, they went online to Amazon and looked for the top best-selling laptop, and they found the Acer Aspire 5 Slim, okay, which has a dual-core Ryzen 3 processor with Vega 3 graphics, 4GB of DDR4 RAM, a 128GB SSD, okay, and it has an FHD 15.6-inch IPS display, and that goes for £300. Hopefully you can see what I'm getting at if you do understand what I've just said basically to you. So let's I'm not going to compare that to the whole I'm not going to compare the whole thing to basically 4GB of RAM. My phone has 4GB of RAM. Sorry, my phone has way more than 4GB. My phone has like 8 gigs of RAM. My phone has like 12 gigs of RAM. It's got a lot of RAM, okay? So this laptop alone has less RAM than my phone. Okay, that's more of a comment on the phone. I don't think the phone needs that much RAM, but yeah. So this computer here has. Oh, actually, you know what? Yeah. That's what I'm talking. Yeah, it's. I'm finding it hard to get my words out, but what I'm saying is that's like an average mid-range laptop. You would hope that the bloody iPad is better than that, because if it's not, there's no point selling it. So there's no point you actually going out and telling us, oh, it's faster than the top selling Amazon laptop, because the top selling Amazon laptop isn't all that. It has a bigger display than the iPad. It has a 128GB SSD, which I would say is better than the iPad, but everything else makes it worse than the iPad. So it should, without even having to state it, be better than the iPad. To be honest, I think they ran out of stuff to talk about in the advert, and then they just put that bit in. So yeah, let's go with that. So my issues with the new iPad isn't the new iPad, it's the way they've marketed the new iPad. Yeah, if you do find out any more information about that, please let me know in the comment section, because I'd love to know. Maybe they're talking about a different laptop. Maybe they have obviously the tests to prove it, anything like that. I just don't feel there's a need to put that in there. I don't know who's genuinely going to care about that, especially with the way it's worded. So yeah. Yeah, let's move on to the next one. The Apple TV. They revealed Apple TV Plus, which I don't care about because I don't have an Apple TV, so I'm not going to talk about it. No, basically, Apple TV Plus is going to be a subscription service, and it's going to have exclusive shows on it, but I don't care about the shows, and I don't have an Apple TV. So, yeah. Right, next one, iPhone, the thing that you all came to see, the iPhone. So, what was revealed was the iPhone 11, the iPhone 11 Pro, and the iPhone 11 Pro Max. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Again, this is the same scenario with the watch. I don't see the point in them releasing an iPhone. It's too similar to the previous one. Okay. Now the way they've done this is they've got rid of the iPhone line and then swapped the X XR line with the iPhone line. So yeah, that's basically what they've done. So if you were like, I want the mid-range iPhone last year, there is no mid-range iPhone now. There is a low end and a high end, basically. Well, the mid-range is like the Pro, but I wouldn't say it's like pro enough. You know what I mean? To justify that, they've basically got rid of the R and shifted all the titles down, basically, so that they can obviously justify all the prices and stuff. If you were considering getting an iPhone XR, get the iPhone 11 because it is cheaper than the iPhone XR was at launch, and it's probably better as well. So that's a good there as well. But having a look at what they've actually changed on the iPhones, I again don't think that it is enough really to justify getting a new iPhone. And I'm saying this because I know Matt is listening. Matt, you have an iPhone 10. Therefore, and I mean this seriously, you could totally justify upgrading to the iPhone 11. So if you have an iPhone, if you have the iPhone XS, right? I've got to try and remember all these. If you have the iPhone XS, there's no point in upgrading. If you have the iPhone 10, which Matt does, there is possibly some small benefit to him upgrading. Yeah. Possibly, but whether you want to spend that money, because it is a lot of money, is up to you, Matt. So, yeah. Now then, what they've focused on with the new iPhone is the camera. And the camera has actually gone viral for a little while. Obviously, it's that weird kind of box area, and it's just, in my opinion, it looks seriously ugly. I can understand people might like that, but my phone has 3 cameras and it's in a line down the middle, and no one had a problem with that. I don't think anyone's really got a problem with, that. They should have just done a line of cameras, because that would have turned out better. Not their stupid 3 hob kind of bowling ball coconut look. I have no problem with the cameras. It's just the arrangement of the cameras is dumb, in my opinion. But yeah, they have focused a lot on the camera, and I really question as to why. I understand people obviously want the best camera in their phone, but it's basically, in my opinion, not enough to justify getting a new phone just for that slight better camera. They have given a lot of improvements to the video, and I will come out and admit, iPhones have the best video on any phone. And I wish I had an iPhone for that reason. I wish I had an iPhone so that I could take better video than I am right now on my OnePlus. So I will go ahead and admit that freely. iPhones have good video, and now you can edit them really well as well on the iPhone. So that's great. But with regards to everything else they've changed, they basically just improved the camera by adding like an ultra wide lens. I don't know why you want to take ultra wide. I have a wide camera. I have a wide lens on. Well, one of my lenses is wide. One of my cameras is wide. And I have used it 3 times. And once was when I was at a concert. And I can't remember the other 2. But I have not used it a lot. What I do prefer is a telephoto that goes in. Okay, I rather zoom than step out. Okay, because in my experience, there's places you can't go, but you can always go back. That's my experience. I don't know whether that's everyone else's experience, but I'm taking a lot of landscape shots. I'm not taking a lot of landscape with the path in the shot as well, But again, that's just me. I don't really see the point of that. They've introduced a night mode, which I am skeptical about, because they've shown the pictures of it and everyone's gone, oh my god, it's night mode. But what you need to remember is the Google Pixel's already been doing this for ages, to the point where I'm pretty sure 2 years ago they also announced that they'd been working on night mode, and then an advert came out by the Pixel that was just like, our night mode's better than your night mode, and then everyone forgot about it. So they've tried to do night mode before and failed, and I'm pretty sure they're going to fail again. Okay, and again, that's just because I haven't seen the Pixel photos yet. When the Pixel photos come out, we can compare them and have a look. So right now, they look good based on the presentation images, but no one actually has them test it out yet. So we'll have to see how that turns out. Yeah, slow-mo selfies, slow-fies. This seemed pointless to me, just like the Memojis. I personally don't see the purpose of the Memojis, but apparently people do. So yeah, Memoji. Same with the slow-fies. Like I don't. No, I'm not doing that. Okay, I don't want that to be on my phone. OnePlus, please don't put that on my phone. I don't want it. It'd be interesting. I reckon Snapchat are going to implement something that will make that a thing now, where you just press a button and it starts slow-mo selfieing on your iPhone, because it has that capability. So, yeah, I don't really care, because I don't care about Snapchat. So, yeah. They have increased the water resistance. Great. I love that. OnePlus, shove an IP rating on your phone. I know it's cheaper if you don't, but I would rather pay £10 more for my phone and it have an IP rating. So, yeah. Durability. Well, the advert for the iPhone was showing it rattling around in a bag and it dropping on the floor and stuff. I think that everyone's still going to think that iPhones break when they touch a marshmallow. So, that's done nothing. I don't know how durable it is. Give me the phone. Let me throw it out my window and see what happens. Because why not? Yeah, battery. Apparently the battery's gone up. I hate it when Apple talk about the battery, because every single year they're like, we increase the battery. And every single flipping time Matt comes around to my place and Ben comes around to my place, it's like, oh, can I use a charger? Because I got no battery. And they've both got iPhones. So Apple carry on trying to increase the battery, but it's clearly not doing jack. So they should just quit, okay? With the battery, like just put the max battery in, okay? Don't incrementally update it. Just give us a 5,000 milliamp hour battery, shove it in the phone, and then maybe it'll last longer than about 2 hours, okay? That's all we want. But yeah. That's like basically it. It's not much. Oh, and it's faster because of the new chip. Okay, they do this with everything. They always go, "We've got this new Bionic chip," and yes, their chip is like the fastest chip in a phone. And it's probably faster than the Qualcomm chip in my phone as well. Great, but like that's it. You just had a chip change. Okay, and this is why I'm a bit angry at OnePlus. So apparently, and I say apparently because it hasn't happened yet, the OnePlus event is coming up where they're going to reveal the T line, the new, the OnePlus 7 Pro T and the OnePlus 7T, that kind of stuff. Apparently, there's going to be no change, and I say apparently because against leaked. Leaks are that there's going to be no change on the OnePlus 7 Pro T from the Pro. It's just going to have an updated chipset. It's going to be slightly faster. Like, that's basically it. That does not warrant a new phone update, in my opinion. Okay? And I'm pretty sure a lot of people will agree with me. I've never bought a T-line phone because it's just not worth it. Okay? Do something else other than updating your camera. Yeah. If you have an iPhone XS, I don't think you should upgrade. If you have an XR, I also don't think you should upgrade. Yeah. I am actually, and this is where I'm going to give Apple credit, really happy with the colors of the iPhone 11. I'm really happy with the color schemes they've gone for. They've gone for some bright, vibrant colors. People are going to buy the matte green, the red, the yellow, the orange. I don't actually know what colors there are, but I know there are a bunch of colors, and I'm happy with that. That's great. The iPhone 11 Pro has your basic like so your iPhone has your fun colors. That's perfect. I haven't got a problem with that. Your iPhone 11 Pro has your rose gold, your space gray, your regular colors, right? But then they've gone a little way of Google where they've now added a slightly off color, and there's like slightly like dark green kind of color. That's great. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with what Pixel do as well, where they just obviously they have their white one, the black one, and then they always have like a random ass color. They've got a purple one. There was a green one at one point, and it was just the blue one. Do you remember the blue one? The blue one as well. So they've always tried to just do like basic, but then have a little bit of random color on there, which is quite good. Which is the reason why I don't like the Samsung Galaxy. The Samsung Galaxy Note 10 Plus or is it Plus or Pro? I can't remember. But that's the phone with the weird, like, multicolored back. That just annoys me. Like, in my opinion, yeah, it's cool, but it makes the phone, in my opinion, look really cheap and tacky. I would just like it to be smooth and flat, and it would look great. If I know that obviously all the YouTubers out there got sent that phone so they could show it off flashy in their videos. But the way I would see it was, if they sent me that one over the the black one, I would show myself opening it and then smashing it to pieces with a sledgehammer, because I don't like that back. Okay, if you're going to send me a phone, send me one with, you know, just a constant card. I don't need any flashy pattern on the back. I'm gonna slap it in a case. Okay, so just give me the basic black phone, or the red one, or the blue one, or just give me a solid color. Okay, I don't need any flashy tricks or anything on the phone, because no one cares about them. So yeah, there's my little rant as to colors, and why I'm happy with Apple for that. Apple also announced Apple Arcade. So Apple Arcade is their kind of Netflix gaming service. So the way that's going to work is you pay a monthly subscription fee and you get access to the games library. And I remember when they announced it ages ago, they said it would be coming to the iPod, which I have in my hand right now. So fingers crossed I can actually get on Apple Arcade, try it out, and depending on the time when I make Midget Tech videos, be able to make videos about Apple Arcade, because I do have an Apple device to play Arcade on. It's not an iPad, but it's still an Apple device. So yeah, Apple hit me up, send me an iPad, yeah, because I want an iPad to do my design work on. Yeah. And that's basically it. That's what was revealed at the Apple event. I was personally underwhelmed, like I said earlier. I feel like they could have done more, stepped up the game. I was happy with the iPad. No problems there. iPad, go for it. Genuinely, the only issue with the iPad was that small bit of advertising. There was no other issue I had with the iPad. Go nuts, go buy an iPad. If you already have the previous gen iPad, it's going to be great. And to be honest, I wish I had the money to buy the iPad 2 as well. Not the iPad 2, the iPad as well. There we go. iPhone, change was too small, don't think it's worth it. Apple Watch, change was too small, don't think it's worth it. Apple TV, they just announced like shows. So that's like basically it. That's all that happened at the event. I don't think it warranted like as much hype as it got. Yeah, that's my view. I said earlier that I don't hate Apple, and that still stands true. I like the watch, the Apple Watch. I like the iPad because it would be great for my design work. I like the Mac because it would be great for my design work. The only thing I just don't like is their kind of like, let's just incrementally update it and charge you so much money for it, because that's just annoying. Yeah, I did actually say earlier that I would be talking a little bit about things that I hate from these companies, and we're going to go into it. So OnePlus, I've already said, their incremental updates to the T I don't like, but what I also don't like are... This is actually, I would say the biggest letdown of the OnePlus phones for me so far was not the OnePlus 2. It was the OnePlus 5. And I would like to think that I'm fair and justified in saying that. The OnePlus 2 for everyone else was the biggest disappointment, because it didn't have NFC. It looked weird. It was just missing a couple of things. Like I get where everyone was coming from by saying, why doesn't it have this? And they think of the OnePlus 2 as their down point. Personally, I don't think of that. I think the OnePlus 5 was their low point. And that's basically because I feel like from the 3 to the 5, and then from the 5 to the 6, they didn't change much. The 6 was a drastic change compared to the 3, but the 5 was not a drastic enough change. Pretty much the only thing that the 5 added was that it had dual cameras. And I know it did add a bunch of other stuff as well, but I'm just talking like in general. The one things that I remember from it was that it had dual cameras, and that's what they were going on about. They were going on about how it had dual cameras, and it still had a headphone jack and that kind of stuff. And then the 6 came along, and it now had something that it could justify. It now had the notch, it now had, all this other stuff. So I think the 5 was their low point. And to be honest, I'm ashamed that I bought it because it was not worth it at the time. But yeah. Google have had their Pixel leaked. I think at this point it's just getting insane. Apple leaks, Google leaks, OnePlus just constantly leak. You know what? I'm pretty sure OnePlus don't even leak their stuff. OnePlus just shove their stuff online, right? And make it look like a leak because they're trying to get people hyped for it. And just saying OnePlus TV gets me hyped for the TV. You don't have to show me all this crap. I know it's going to be good. Okay, I know it's probably going to have Dolby Atmos, and it does according to the leak. So stop with the bloody leaking and just be straight with me and just launch the bloody product already. That would be appreciated. The Google Pixel apparently will also have that kind of like square camera bump area similar to the iPhone. That's ugly in my opinion, similar to the bathtub notch. For some reason Google are messing up on their design these past 2 times. Don't know what they're playing at, but yeah. Jerry Rig Everything said in one of his videos, I can't remember which video, but he said in one of his videos that it's convenient how when Google got rid of their headphone jack, they released wireless headphones. When Apple got rid of the headphone jack, they released wireless headphones. When Samsung got rid of the headphone jack, they released wireless headphones. And when OnePlus got rid of the headphone jack, they released wireless headphones. First of all, I just want to say no one buys Pixel Buds. I don't know anyone with Pixel Buds. I don't know anybody who's bought Pixel Buds. So, I mean, Google probably should bring that back because their headphones are just dead at this point. Again, I don't know anybody with Pixel Buds. So, yeah. I'm pretty sure a couple of people might buy the Galaxy earbuds. I don't know. But we'll have to see. AirPods, I mean, they knocked it out of the park with the AirPods. Like, Apple, well done with that because I remember people making fun of them and then they just come in, smash it and just do a good job with the headphones, both in sound quality and portability. So, good job there, Apple. OnePlus actually didn't get rid of the headphone jack when they introduced their headphones. The first wireless headphones they introduced were the Bullets, which I have over there. That was released at the same time as the OnePlus 6. That still had a headphone jack. When they got rid of the headphone jack, it was in the OnePlus 7 Pro. That was when they released the Bullets wireless version 2. And I genuinely like what they did there. They have done what I think Google should do. So, Apple was going to be a hit from the start, right? So let's just put that out of the way. But what OnePlus did was they kept the headphone jack. They released this product. They got the feedback. They said, what's good about our wireless headphones? What's bad about them? Okay, this is how we can improve them. We made a better version. Now we'll get rid of the headphone jack. That's great. What Google have done is just release the headphones and got rid of the headphone jack. No one cares if they're good. No one cares, if you can cut that bloody cord at the back or anything like that. They haven't really done enough research. They haven't let people ease their way into it in order to get to that point. I still have my Bullets wireless. I haven't got Bullets wireless 2 because I don't need them. And I think that's. Again, I think that OnePlus did justify that on stage. They said, look, it's the only thing that's pretty much changed is it now charges faster and it's got a bigger battery. That's basically it. So, yeah. But, yeah, Apple, I think, knocked it out of the park with their headphones. I think OnePlus steadily knocked it out of the park because I do love them. Galaxy, I don't know. And Pixel, just hell no. So, yeah. But anyway, that's pretty much it from me. I've been talking your ear off for quite a while now about Apple. But we'll see how it goes in the future. Hopefully, the OnePlus TV gets released soon. I can get to talk about that. Hopefully, the OnePlus actual T line launches soon. I can talk about that. And the Pixel line and all that other kind of stuff. Would love to talk about it on the channel. If you've got any views about the products that I've spoken about today, if you disagree with me or agree with me, or you've got any counterpoints to make, please let me know in the comments because I love to hear them. I have an iPod. I have an Apple device, so I don't hate Apple. I've said I want an iPad. I if I had an iPad, I would get the watch that would obviously work with the iPad, and I do want a Mac as well. So I haven't got a problem with Apple. It was just their event that I basically had an issue with today. So I don't hate Apple. But if you do have any counterpoints to what I did say, please let me know in the comment section or navigate your way to the Midget Cast website. Scroll down to the bottom of the page and put it in the suggestion box. Links are in the description if you're watching the video or in the show notes if you're listening on the podcast app. So yeah, if I ever get any of these products, I would love to start up the tech channel again and show them on there. But please subscribe to that channel, watch those videos, and stay tuned on the podcast because when I have written, recorded, and I'm ready to upload tech videos, I will let you guys know. So yeah, Matt, you've got that to look forward to. And yeah. I'll also let you know if Matt ends up buying an iPhone 11 as well, because I kind of want to know whether he's going to cave or whether he's going to buy a OnePlus 7 Pro T. We'll see. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for listening. I've been Paramveer. This has been my iPod, and this has been Midget Cast.